The Texas Tech men's basketball roster is coming together nicely, but they're not quite done yet, including trying to add maybe a few primary ball handlers. In today's video, we'll discuss the Red Raiders' latest portal target, including a 4-star portal guard and his potential to maybe come back to the Lone Star State. Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's RC Maxfield here for the Back to 12 podcast. Appreciate y'all tuning in to today's video. It's kind of been slow on the basketball portal stuff, but that's what happens when you retain the likes of JT Toppin, Christian Anderson. You go out and land marquee players in the portal among the likes of Lawan Watts. You've got Bam as well. You've also got some guys in Tyree Bryan and Donovan Atwell you feel good about. But Texas Tech, when you look at the roster, they need a couple of more primary ball handlers, one that can start, and one, honestly, that I think they just need off the bench in terms of maybe a case of emergency 10 to 12 minute per game type guy. And that's who we're going to talk about today in terms of the portal target. See him on your screen right there. This from 247 High School Hoops. That is Sam Kaiser. You see it on your screen right there. Miami guard, Divine, and I'm going to pronounce this name hopefully correctly. This is from the Miami announcer I heard on YouTube. Ugochukwu. Divine Ugochukwu has heard from these schools since going into the portal. Obviously, Kentucky, Texas Tech, we're talking about him in the video, so you know the Red Raiders are involved. Baylor, Pitt, Texas, Oklahoma State, Virginia Tech, Dayton, South Florida, Vanderbilt, High Point, Ball State, Louisiana. You see his averages as a true freshman at Miami on your screen right there. 5.3 points per game, 2.3 assists, basically 2 rebounds per game to go along with 1 steal in a season where he basically started about half the games for the Hurricanes in a season that, if we're being honest, they were trash. Let's just be honest about it. They had a really, really bad season down on South Beach, did the Hurricanes. Now, we'll go ahead and look a little bit more in depth at the stats. You can see them on your screen right there, but he's 6'5", 190, originally from Sugar Land, Texas. So again, there is the tie to the state of Texas, right? He would have 3 years of eligibility remaining. And I mentioned the stats earlier. He did not shoot well from 3. Just point blank period. 6 of 34 for a 17.6% shooting percentage from 3. You'll hear why I think at least Texas Tech is interested in Divine in just a second. He is a long, rangy guard who gets downhill at a high rate. He is a strong finisher at the rim, more so with his right hand than his left. But he has a long wingspan that helps him finish through contact at a high rate. He has a 63% field goal percentage at the rim. He's a solid passer, 19% assist rate, but he often makes the wrong decision in tight window scenarios. He had a 25% turnover rate as a true freshman. Not ideal right there, but you can see the potential is there in terms of him as a passer, but also a shooter in an area where he struggled. Just point blank period. He did not shoot well as a true freshman. Here are some of the synergy numbers for Divine in terms of what he shot from a national percentage standpoint, according to Synergy. He ranked in the 5th percentile on catch and shoot opportunities. Not good. 19th percentile on spot up shots. Not good. 17th in isolation. Not good. Now, he did rank solidly in the pick and roll. 63rd percentile there. And he also ranked pretty damn close to elite. 90th percentile is elite, in my opinion. He was 88th percentile when it came to transition. He is a good defender who creates steals at a solid rate, 3% steal rate, which ranked 254th nationally. He averaged, as you can see on your screen right there, a steal per game. And we saw Sam's tweet earlier. He had 17 games with at least 1 steal this year and 4 with 3 or more. So he's active defensively. He has a long wingspan. He's listed at 6'3" to 6'5", depending on the site you look at. His wingspan is probably in that 6'5", 6'6" range. Has a long wingspan for his size, right? So he's far more developed when it comes to the defensive side of the floor right now than offensive. But he is a guy that I think has the potential and the skill set to potentially be a lot better shooting-wise. Is he going to be, a Chance McMillan type Absolutely not. I'll get to my comp here in a second for him. It's a former Red Raider. Let's see if you can guess it before I say it. Let me know in the comments. But I think there's a ton of potential here from the standpoint of you look where he is ranked from a portal perspective. This, according to On3, it's on your screen right now. He is a 4-star recruit in the portal, 240th nationally, so a top 250 player in the portal right now. The 20th overall combo guard. That's not bad, right? And he's a guy, in my opinion, that this is not a starter, people. But again, you have to understand that not every guy in the portal that Texas Tech is targeting is going to be a marquee player like a Lawan Watts. No, Grant McCasland and crew are going out and they're identifying certain skill sets and traits that they like. And this one makes sense with Divine, right? I mentioned it. He's long, rangy, active on the defensive end. You can get better when it comes to shooting the basketball. It's reps, right? Is he going to shoot 17% next year as a true sophomore? I personally don't think so. But is he going to shoot 40? No, I think he'll probably be closer to that 25, 26 range. But that's a monumental step forward in the right direction because I do think he has the motion and the fluidity in terms of being a solid shooter. Again, you look at the metrics, 5th percentile when it comes to catch and shoot opportunities, 19th percentile when it comes to spot up shots, and 17th in isolation. Point blank period is not good, right? But 88th percentile in transition, right? 63rd percentile when it comes to the pick and roll. We all know if you pay attention to Texas Tech men's basketball, Grant McCasland and crew love someone that can be effective in the pick and roll. And I think Divine is a guy where you can plug him in as that third primary ball handler with whoever you need to, get a couple minutes off the floor, right? Say Christian Anderson gets into foul trouble. I think you can plug Divine in there for stretches of periods of time where you feel comfortable with him being the lead primary ball handler and being able to run an offense. I think that's fair, right? Now, do I want him to start alongside Christian Anderson? As I said at the beginning of the video, no, I do not. I still think Texas Tech will be hyper aggressive and go after a really starting caliber guard next to Christian Anderson, whether that pushes Christian Anderson to the 2, whatever it may be. Texas Tech needs another primary ball handler on this roster, and one with experience and one that has the ability to play on or off the ball and is comfortable playing alongside Christian Anderson in the starting lineup. But Divine is a guy that I think fits the physicality needs, specifically on the perimeter. Remember, Texas Tech has been hyper aggressive on guys in the portal that can shoot the ball. Divine doesn't fit that criteria, but are good on the defensive end. Divine does fit that criteria, especially on the perimeter, a place where Texas Tech struggled in terms of really in the tournament. You had Elijah Hawkins, and outside of that, not too much when it came to perimeter defense and long ranginess. And Elijah, didn't fit that mold. He was just a pest out there and super aggressive and quick, right? Divine has some length. He has that peskiness to him. And he's a guy that I think you can see a clear path for him to be in the rotation, albeit off the bench and probably that 8th, 9th guy in a rotation, but still playing that 10 to 12 minute range per game. If you need more, you can. If you need less because somebody's hot, go with the hot hand. But he can give you 10 to 12 minutes per game and has the potential to do more so as his game develops. And it obviously would if he did come to Texas Tech, because you have arguably the best developer of guards in the country in Jeff Linder as an assistant coach on Grant McCasland's staff. Again, the name to know, I hope I got this name right. It is Divine Ugochukwu, a guard from Miami, originally from Sugar Land, Texas. He's 6'3" to 6'5", depending on where you look. We'll go with 6'3" on this one. 190, has 3 years of eligibility left. And the guy he reminds me of, I've yet to say it, so if you stuck around, here's my comp. He reminds me of Clarence Nadolny. That's who he reminds me of. That's the kind of player he is, with, I think, a higher ceiling than Clarence and the potential to be a more aggressive scorer downhill. But as his game stands right now, Divine reminds me of former Texas Tech Red Raider guard Clarence Nadolny, the crazy, hyper-aggressive Frenchman defensively out on the perimeter during some really good times for Texas Tech men's basketball. All right, that's the name to watch. Again, Divine Ugochukwu. That's his name. There you go. A guy that Texas Tech has had interest in and could be that third primary ball handler on the roster for the Red Raiders. All right, that's going to do it for today's video. If you haven't already and you stuck around this far, greatly appreciated. And be sure to like the video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on that notification bell to join the largest group of Texas Tech fans on YouTube, over 12,000 strong. We're trying to get to 13,000 by football season. I know Red Raider Nation has got me on that front. And the best part about the channel, it's 100% free. Can't beat it. If you like it, stay around. But hit that subscribe button. Give it a shot. If you don't like it, hey, I understand. You can unsubscribe. I get it. I really do. But give it a shot. I promise you won't be disappointed. All right. I'm RC Maxfield reminding you, as always, to stay safe and Wreck 'em Tech.